we're gonna start with you're just gonna introduce yourself. I already know who you are.
Yeah.
I already know what you do. So you're gonna just tell us your name and where you grew up, where you're from, and all of that. It's just the basics.
Okay. Should I go?
Yeah, you should go.
Okay, my name is Luvuyo Rani. I was born in Queenstown, in the Eastern Cape. It's kind of home of legends.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
And then when did you decide to have this business, Silulo? What spiked that?
Well, I mean, like I think business has been part of me for some time. But Silulo, it's been born in 15 years back, 2004, after being a teacher and seeing a need from teachers around buying computers. So I resigned and I started selling computer on the boot of a car to school in Kaiditcha. So I was focusing merely on teachers and it grew from there.
So you were selling to teachers computers?
Yeah, it was more teachers now because that time teachers were kind of forced with the new curriculum, which is outcome-based education, to use computers as a tool in the school. But I never realized that the need is bigger. It's a need on our communities, and it opens up when we started internet cafe and we started a school for computers. So it's kind of based on the opportunity. So I started with selling computers on the Priveka and grow to internet cafe and grow to a school, which is like a training school that we have it. So it's kind of now a model which is like one-stop center where we train, we connect, and also open opportunities for many people around the township.
So you didn't have like a funding, because now we seek for funding and all that.
It's a bootstrap. The funding, it was a challenge. I mean, like, firstly, my brothers went to open and for 10,000 rand. We bought 4 computers, and that money was gone within 3 months.
Sure.
So I mean, like, I kind of use a stock fail, encourage teachers to form a group to buy stuff. So they will give me money, and probably 2,400, and I'll buy a computer 2,000 and make 400 rand. And that's how we started the business.
Oh, wow. So in terms of choosing the community, what made you to say, I want to do my business in the community instead of...
Well, because I was like working in Kaiditcha, and I saw the need in Kaiditcha, and I saw the need in the teachers that I work with me in my colleague. So that's kind of a way for me that I was kind of like, started. And there was a time at some point where at that time it was more like tender system for businesses, black businesses to of opportunity. So for me, I never connect with that because I didn't know. So for me, it was more like there's a need in the township, in the rural areas, and it's still something that even today is kind of resonating in the sense that because this area where there many people are there and there's not been service, and it opens up opportunity for me to have this kind of business.
Speaking about failing, you spoke about, in your presentation, you spoke about failing in business. You tried B&B, and I don't know what else you tried.
So I tried the bed and breakfast with my wife.
Yeah.
It never worked out. I tried the restaurant. It never worked out. I even tried the event. I used to host gospel artists. And it never, I burned my, and I learned in journey of a business, you must focus in what you're good at. And focus on that and build from there first before you diversify.
So speaking about failures, and I know it's hard when you fail, you just lose hope. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. When for you to stand up again and say, I'm going to do it, what did it take for you? Did you need anything? You spoke about prayer. What did you need to stand up again?
Well, sometimes I kind of realize that it's a calling sometimes. But it's a passion. But it's a legacy. Also, but it's something that you love mostly. So it's not about just a business for me. It's my dream. I do something I was born to do it. It's something that I enjoy so much. There's nothing for me which is important. So that was something that, get there. Because as much as we do this thing, we face so many challenges. We've been robbed. Same communities that we're trying to assist. Our building was been fire, where head office was being destroyed. We've been having cyber securities where they steal money in the business when we're buying. So we've been through a lot. So it doesn't mean that when you love something and you see the dish, it's going to be easy or it's going to be nice. It's tough.
It's difficult.
But we have a thicker skin. We must have a resilience and realize that it takes some time. It's not overnight thing.
So you started with your first shop. In that first shop, did you have a dream of, you know what, I want to open more? I'm sure it was hard in that first shop.
No, I mean, like, funny enough,
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it even now, when we won the first award, 2008, so I was an opportunity to be exposure in terms of the media. So I was interviewed by ETV, and they asked me, what is your dream now? Since now, I only have one internet cafe.
Yo.
And I said, what you see in Kailicha is what you see in Tanzania, Mtata, Soweto, Umlazi. So we are going to see Silulo in every part of the country where we have this thing. So I had a vision without anything. I mean, there was no issue about money. It was an issue on identifying need that people in the township, from a connectivity point of view, they are struggling. From the skill point of view, they are struggling. So I saw that same thing that happened in Kaisha, it's same thing that happened in all, in fact, not only South African context, even African context.
So what do you think are the importance of dreaming to young entrepreneurs, dream and vision? What do you think is the importance?
Quite clear. I think that's something that we're lacking in South Africans, even Africans, of realize that we could be having solutions that can be a global solution, not only from our context of Ikailisha, context in terms of the world. So the issue around access, it's a big part around the world. People are talking about access in terms of information, access in terms of technology, access in terms of a skill. It's a big part that's kind of like needed in terms of, because around technology where we're moving in the first industrial revolution, the gap is going to become wider and wider. So that's how, and then from a dream point of view, it's just like, don't be afraid to dream big and challenge yourself. Your dream must become like impossible, that it cannot be happening. I mean, when people are saying to me, I want you to tell you are mad. I mean, you're not even yet proven in any concept. Why do you think that you're going to, like, you must have a scary dream, even yourself? You kind of question and doubting yourself that this thing could be possible, but you must believe in it.
How many shops do you have all around?
We, in a 3 province, we're sitting at 44 stores.
Wow.
In this kind of 3 province, that's what we're sitting at.
That is crazy and amazing. And speaking about, you spoke about reading books, and that is very important, I guess. So for you, what was that one, you mentioned it, what was that one book that changed your whole thinking?
The one book that changed for me, it's E-Myth. E-Myth is a wonderful book for every startup where started businesses. E-Myth is about, talk about the lady, she was working at the pie shop, she resigned, and she wanted to do a pie businesses. And she was the best pie maker. And she was thinking that by doing pie, she's going to make it these businesses. But she spent much more time in crafting and working on the pie and neglect on the businesses. And the lesson that learns is that, like, they are two different. You cannot be a good pie and a good person in businesses. She realized later that she lacks on the business, and that shaped my thinking in the sense that, I mean, I don't have to be best training provider, best internet cafe, or best, like, I need to be best business person who understands the businesses. And my job is not doing it. My job is be visionaries. My job is to be meeting with stakeholders. My job is, like, to make sure that what is the future, why is something current in the current situation. So that's kind of a book that shaped me in a big way.
And what happens in around townships? We have people who have businesses. You find that this person has been doing the same business for forever and has one shop forever. Tell me, you did mention it. Tell me the importance of expanding and opening up.
Well, I must qualify that. Okay. Not all of us can be scale.
Okay.
Scaling is very difficult, and scale is all about complexity and complications. It goes with education. It's going to access. It's going about network. It's going about the resources that I have. So I was blessed enough to have partners who are smart enough, allows us to scale. I think we've done something not ordinary people are doing it, as you are saying that you find most businesses. So I think for me, it's kind of like most of business in township, they are amazing. They are doing what they do in what they do. So they don't have the capabilities of scaling and growing. And some are afraid. Some don't know. Some are not even in the position to able to understand their potential. But how important it is to scale? It's when you find, because business, it could be great today. Years to come, it doesn't mean that it's going to be great. But if you have one business, something happens, it can ruin your businesses. But if you scale, something happens in one store. I mean, we had a situation in strand where they rob all the computers. They kind of like nothing generally. But because of the scaling,
It kind of
we
helps.
could not able to be feeling. We feel it, but we're able to come back. So once you scale, you create employment, you make more money, and you kind of like the legacy that you are kind of like you and your brand become growing through the scale.
What are the, I call this three ways to succeed? What are your three main things that you can mention to me for success?
I think for me it's more work, hard work,
I don't know.
very important. I'm still hands-on, even it's 15 years now. It's more focus. I don't do mining, I don't do tenders, I don't do other things. I do what I know, and I'm focusing in that. I think it's passion.
Passion.
Passion, it's a fire that if that passion gone, you are gone. And there are other networks, there are other in terms of like the way of exposure that we need in terms of that and attitude. But I think those three for me: hard work, passion, and focus.
And as a young entrepreneur in the township, for example, me, how do I go about creating network? I don't know anyone. I'm just like,
I think this is where I'm doing this session as network talk. It's just like to bring people together so people can connect and people can able to know each other and know what they are doing. So I think for young people, it's like you must go out, open the doors. Some doors will be closed in their face. Keep on open the doors. Some doors will open for this. Just like go out and meet with other different people.
talking about, so you have a background of you're a teacher, and I know for me, I did science in school, and it's kind of hard because so it's kind of hard because I am trying to create a film production. The transition from being a teacher to being a business.
No, I think what I've learned I'm in IT businesses, so I'm just an ordinary teacher. I've never done any programming, any hardware, any software. What I learned is like surround myself with people who understand that aspect, so that I can learn from them. And then for me, it was focusing on the vision bearer, on the businesses and growing from the businesses. So I think it's you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be. You can be a scientist. You can be a different person. But if you surround yourself with smart people next to you, they can make you good.
And I like that you didn't have funding when you started. And I just want you to say something around that to people who are busy trying to find funding and they give up and saying, no, I can't find funding, so I can't do this business.
And I want to say that if you start a business with a funding, you must know that funding, you borrow money somewhere. So when you borrow money somewhere, there's much more pressure because people want to pay back. And you can destroy your vision. So once you bootstrap, start from your own, you could fall because there's no guarantee that you succeed. But if you start and run your thing and make mistakes, you learn from there. You only need money when you want to grow or when you want to expand. But in the beginning, find a way to start with what you have and build in what you have. So that when you ask money, you could pay it back because there's nothing for Mahara. You're not going to get a grant because of I'm black, I need to get this thing. That doesn't work that way. I mean, it's like, it's just like a charity. You must it's like you money. When you want your money back. So any person that give you money, they want their money back. Yeah. So that's like a simple translation. That is like we think that someone must give money because we are poor, we come from land. It doesn't matter. Business doesn't make that way. Business. It's more on you saying, how can I? And entrepreneur is all about that. Yeah. How can I use resources that I'm having in my disposal to build something?
So on social media we see that people are saying, you can't keep on working for someone forever. And I know this, that entrepreneurs are not just made, I think they're born. And you did speak on that. And I want you to just speak on that because there's a pressure of people saying, no, stop working for someone. I mean, sometimes you don't have the ability to start your own thing.
I think one thing that we South Africans, we need to stop. Not all of us can be entrepreneurs. I mean, some have to work for someone. Yeah. I mean, and in fact, Jack Ma speaks so well and said that from early 20 to 30, work for someone and learn for the mistake of that person. Yeah. 30, start your own thing. So there's no hurry for us to go and start our own thing. We must learn, we must expose, we must go out and see other people in terms of how they make it and start, like not selling in terms of, because it's a lonely road. It's a difficult road. It can take you can lose everything that you have from a business. It's not just something that everyone can be able to be in. So it needs someone who has got what it takes to run a business. It's not a fashion. It's not something that is like nice to have. It's really, it destroys even families.
Yeah.
It destroys even yourself, not understanding what you're saying. But it can grow you. Hence, like your maturity level. I started the business at I was 30 years. I'm probably 45 this year. It takes some time. Takes some time.
You're closing up. Your final words. What can you say to the youngins out there who are trying? Your last words.
No, I think for many young people that want, we need more entrepreneurs in this country, in the world. With all these developments that are taking place in this, fourth industrial revolution, people are going to benefit on that, entrepreneurs. So if you start it now and make mistake now, you will learn it. By the age of where we are, probably will be smarter. So go out there, make mistake, don't complicate it, keep it simple, just do it. And you could learn from it. And don't be afraid from failures, don't be afraid from mistakes, and go out and embrace and learn from it and become a better person.
I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.